Hello everyone and welcome to our weather update on Saturday the 27th of September 2025. So this week has been a very high pressure controlled week, plenty of dry, bright weather, but temperatures have been a bit on the cool side and some quite cold mornings, especially early on in the week. But today, Saturday, we are seeing a change in the pattern as a band of heavy rain does track eastwards over the country. You can see some bright colours there currently through the Midlands and North. Currently it's about 7 a.m. And this rain will track slowly eastwards through the day and, if anything, get more intense and slow down even more. So today in the east, expect quite a deluge, but further west, expect much brighter day with sunshine and just a few light showers. If we move over to the NHC, we can see that currently we have Major Hurricane Humberto, currently just west of the Bahamas there, or east even of the Bahamas, and this will track westwards through the course of the weekend and the start of next week before it does veer northwards and narrowly miss Bermuda, but it does fall within the cone. So Bermuda is at risk of seeing some external, so some more impacts from the outer bands of Humberto if this is correct. But obviously, this is still liable to change. And then it'll be interesting to see where it goes beyond Wednesday out into the open waters of the Atlantic Ocean. And going back here and clicking on 9, this is a cyclone, not yet a named storm, but it will be soon, most likely. There it is. This is the, where am I going? Here? Oh dear, where do I go for this? There we go. We got there in the end. So this is forecast to become a tropical storm by Sunday evening over the Bahamas, and it'll move north and get very close to the coast of the east coast of the USA, coming up to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week, looking at areas like South Carolina, especially Georgia, those areas here, especially coastal areas, could see some big impacts from this next tropical storm and hurricane. So I bet all eyes on this part of the east coast of the USA are on this incoming storm system. So if you go back to window.com, you can see that this is Gabrielle, well, what is left of Gabrielle, moving into Portugal and Spain, especially Portugal. A deluge is forecast there if we play the map forward. A deluge of rain and strong gusty winds will be moving through this region through today, tonight, and into the start of tomorrow. Coming back to the present time and moving back out into the Atlantic Ocean, further southwest towards the tropics. This, I believe, is Hurricane Humberto, becoming a major hurricane imminently, and this is 9. Forecasted to move northwestwards. As we put the forecast winds on, you see there's Humberto, and 9 follows suit and becomes a hurricane there just off the coast of South Carolina. So 2 storms to keep our eyes on. Moving on then to the UKV high-res precip and cloud forecast. Get rid of these and let's get rolling. So today, as we know, we have heavy rain pushing in from the west, but it will stall in the east for a while. So in the east, especially on the far east coast, expect it to be wet up until, say, about 3 or 4 p.m. before it is finally clear. You can see those red colours there, possibly a squall line forming in that rain, where we get some line convection. Basically, we get winds converging on one line, and then we see big clouds forming, possibly CB clouds, and we see very heavy rain, gusty winds in one line that moves from west to east. And then going into the evening, many areas looking dry and bright as the rain clears away, but a few showers might just pushing to the north. Overnight, we'll see, starting off with clear spells, but overnight, a band of showers will track eastwards over the country, but nothing too much there really. Then tomorrow, Sunday, will be a bright day with sunshine and some light showers around, but overall tomorrow will be quite a fair day. Going into Monday, we can see overnight into Monday, cloud increases from the west, and some patchy light rain does encroach close to the west coast by morning. Monday morning starts off cloudy in many areas, some hazy sunshine in the east, but overall, Monday is a cloudier day with a cloud base lowering from the west through the day, and overnight in Tuesday we see some patchy rain pushing eastwards as well. This is with some milder, more moist Atlantic air as well, so possibly an increase in temperature. And going through into the start of October, new month, of course, coming up soon, it looks pretty wet and southwesterly, westerly influenced. So here is the temperature forecast. Today, we see highest temperatures of around, say, 12 to 14 degrees. Further east in the UK, where you guys do avoid the rain for a day again, apart from the west, like Wales and parts of Scotland there. Temperatures still into the mid-teens, possibly high teens in parts of the east. Overnight tonight, lows in Ireland about 5 to 10. Further east in the UK, I'd say about 8 degrees in Wales, Northern England, Scotland, also parts of Cornwall, Devon. But further east, say about 10 to 14. And then overnight into tomorrow, Sunday, highest temperatures will be reaching widely the mid to high teens, but quite chilly for Scotland especially. And that's Monday, a quite cold night again, as we see calm winds and clear skies. So many areas of, say, Scotland, Wales, England, and Eastern Ireland will be seeing temperatures below 10 degrees, but further west, say in Munster and Connacht, temperatures will remain above 10 degrees due to increasing cloud and drizzle approaching by morning. Monday itself, possibly a warmer day actually here, so temperatures in southern England getting up to 18 or 19 Celsius. Tuesday morning is less cold than Monday morning, but still some cold spots, especially in parts of Wales and southern England there. And into Tuesday itself, maybe some areas of London might see a localised 20 Celsius. That is because we see more of a southwesterly winds and milder, warmer air masses being dragged up. Going into Wednesday, the 1st of October, starting off very mild, southwesterly winds, and by day, temperatures again mid to high teens. You'll notice that we have some warmer values east of high ground, like say over here, over there as well. And that will be the phone effects taking hold. And into the morning of Thursday, the 2nd of October, it stays very mild with more of a southwesterly push. So let's look at all this on the longer range models. This is the GFS. So you can see today we have this low pushing from the west. That is bringing this heavy rain. You can see it is struggling to push in against the high pressure system that is anchored and rooted over Scandinavia. Hence the rain stalls in the east and dumps a lot of rain in those areas. That does move into the UK tonight, but it should then fizzle out as it pushes across England and Wales. Into tomorrow, we'll be seeing a drier day overall. A few showers around, but overall, definitely a drier day on the Saturday. Yep. And into Monday, we see high pressure coming through the country. Temporarily, this brings a colder start to the morning, but quite a bright day overall. And then into next week, we do see southwesterly winds taking hold as high pressure centres over, say, Western Russia, over the Baltic Sea and Finland. But it does extend a ridge down through, say, Denmark, Low Countries, France, UK, out into the Bay of Biscay and towards the Azores, and we end up on the mild side of the ridge, seeing a southwesterly influence coming in for the start of October. So yes, while we could see some rain pushing through areas like, say, Ireland and Scotland, other areas should see some mainly dry weather in this pattern, dominated by that area of high pressure, and in fact, as I said before, quite warm as well. Going beyond this, it stays very mild or warm, dare I say it, into the first weekend of October. But we do see some very deep lows to our northwest, strong jet stream, strong winds, westerly winds, very zonal pattern. But high pressure overall seems to be the dominant factor up until the end of the first week of the month, and that is when we see low pressure breaking through to bring cooler, wetter weather across Ireland and the UK. And we end up on Monday the 13th of October. Of course, that is, I think, Columbus Day. Westerly winds, strong jet stream, high to the south, low to the north. That's a classic pattern of zonality. Here's last night's ECM 12 says. I'm recording at 7 a.m. so this morning's run is coming out, but it's not, it hasn't come out enough. Sorry. And I have to record it this time because I'm going out today. So anyway, so back to the story. Last night's ECM 12 says, so we're seeing rain coming through today, then tomorrow Sunday is going to be a drier day overall. 3 showers around, yes, but overall drier. And Monday's going to be quite a nice day away from the far west of Ireland and Scotland. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, southwesterly winds, rain, copious amounts of rainfall could pile up in parts of the west and north. But in central, southern and eastern regions, we're looking at drier and warmer weather. And that theme does persist right up until next Friday, where we do see this active low pushing in, big cold fronts, showery by next Saturday, and that opens the door to westerly winds, so that high pressure does not last long at all on the ECM. Here's the UK Met run, so we know what's happening. We have this front stalling today, bringing a lot of rain. Tomorrow's a dry day. Monday sees a ridge of high pressure. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, southwesterly winds. So a northwest to southeast split there, I think. Southeastern areas, dry, warm settles. Areas further west and north, windy, blustery, cloudy, and possibly very wet. It depends on exactly where we see that trailing cold front set up. This has it coming through and just bringing copious rainfall to Ireland, Scotland, Northern England before it does eventually sink southeastwards through the end of next week. And by next weekend, that cold front, by the time it does clear through, will open the door to a more mobile westerly flow laden with areas of low pressure, as they always are. And finally, not finally at all, fourthly, here's the GEM. GEM, like this, once again, drier into the start of the week, but southwesterly winds, let's see where the GEM puts the front. So we can see a lot of rain coming into Northern Ireland, Northern England, Scotland, and we see this trailing front just keep bringing rain over and over again to Ireland, Scotland, Northern England. It keeps piling through. A bit of it does get down into the south of England, but not a lot compared to what we're seeing further west and north. And by next Saturday, a more deep area of low pressure is going to sweep a more general area of rain through the whole of the region, and we introduce westerly winds before high pressure comes back again. I must say, definitely though, compared with September, October has a much stronger influence from the Azores high, definitely. So more westerly, stronger systems, because the Azores high will increase the pressure gradient with the lows near Iceland, so that will increase wind speeds and westerly winds and so on. But also, if you see the Azores high origin in, it might bring some warmer spells at times, like we're seeing through the start of this week. But that is not without trailing cold fronts, and some areas could see copious rainfall. So back to a more, I'd say, typical pattern for the autumn into October. So here's the icon. Once again, we're seeing this front stalling. Then we go to high pressure through Sunday and Monday. Let's see what happens with this then, with the icon. So the icon brings rainfall into the west on Wednesday. Let's see where it goes. It stays in the west, really. You can see how many areas in, as I said, Wales, Scotland, Northern England, parts of Ireland, could just see rainfall. Rain for 24 hours or even more in this pattern here. So definitely quite a big contrast, I think, next week. And now finally we have the arpège. The arpège looking like this. Once again, we know what's happened today. Today's a horrible day in the east. Rip me. And well, no, I should like it because I'll be studying in a coffee shop and I love it. Sitting there, seeing it rain. That's like the best thing ever. And the end of the month and start October, once again, long fetch southwesterly winds, high pressure centered towards Baltic Sea states, but ridging towards the Azores, hence we bring up that long fetch southwesterly winds, very mild upper temperatures, and a lot of rain for northern and western regions. Everyone, thanks for watching. I will see you soon. Enjoy the weekend, and bye for now.